Golden FM 97.5.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Golden FM's national and world news. In the headlines, EFCC to arraign Mr. Chris Ngige, former Labour minister, today over 2.2 billion naira fraud. Rivers Speaker accuses Governor Fubara of lying. Bayelsa government silent on Deputy Governor's health amid public concern. Fatal crash claims 4 lives in Yanagoa. On the foreign scene, Japan issues tsunami warning after 6.7 magnitude earthquake. Details coming up shortly. Many thanks once again for joining us on the Golden Sunrise National and World News. I am Moye Steving. Now the details. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, will today arraign Mr. Chris Ngige, former Minister of Labour and Employment, over alleged fraud amounting to more than 2.2 billion naira. Court officials confirmed that the arraignment will take place at the Gwarinpa Division of the Federal Capital Territory High Court. According to court documents, Mr. Ngige faces 8 counts bordering on abuse of office and receiving gifts from contractors of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund while he served as supervisor minister between September 2015 and May 2023. The EFCC alleges that the former minister used his position to award multiple consultancy, training, and supply contracts to companies linked to his associates that run into hundreds of millions of naira. The alleged offenses are said to violate Section 19 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. There was tension in the Senate on Thursday as the screening of ambassadorial nominee Mr. Rano Omokri led to a heated exchange between 2 lawmakers. Trouble started when a motion was moved for Mr. Omokri and other nominees to take a bow and leave. Senator Ali Ndume insisted the motion must be seconded before any senator could speak. But Senator Adams Oshiomhole strongly objected, arguing he should be given the floor to raise what he described as public concerns surrounding Mr. Omokri's nomination. As both senators held their positions, the chamber became rowdy, with lawmakers shouting across the aisle until the presiding officer called for calm. When order was restored, Senator Joel Onowakbo Thomas seconded the initial motion, ending the disagreement. Mr. Omokri and the other nominees were then asked to take a bow without answering any questions. The Thursday session followed President Bola Tinubu's submission of a list of 32 ambassadorial nominees to the Senate, consisting of career and non-career diplomats expected to represent Nigeria in various countries and international organizations. The House of Representatives has dismissed online reports claiming that an executive bill seeking to rename Nigeria as the United States of Nigeria is before the National Assembly. For over a week, social media has circulated claims that President Bola Tinubu submitted a proposal to change the country's name and abolish Sharia criminal law in the north. Speaking during the presentation of the first batch of prioritized constitutional amendment bills, House spokesperson and member of the Constitutional Review Committee, Akeem Rotimi, debunks the report, saying no such bill exists. He explained that what is currently before the National Assembly is a set of 44 harmonized constitutional amendment proposals jointly prepared by the Senate. The Police Service Commission has opened the process for recruiting 50,000 constables into the Nigerian Police Force. The process follows a directive by President Bola Tinubu to strengthen community policing and enhance internal security. In a statement on Thursday, Mr. Torti Kalu, Police Service Commission Head of Protocol and Public Affairs, said the recruitment portal will open on December 15, 2025 and close on January 25, 2026. He noted that applications are free and warned prospective candidates to be cautious of fraudsters, noting that no payment is required at any point. The Labour Party says it will get automatic tickets to any aspirant ahead of the 2027 general elections. The party insists that even Mr. Peter Obi, its former presidential candidate, must take part in competitive primaries if he decides to return. Mr. Obiora Ifor, National Publicity Secretary, who stated this, also said despite ongoing tensions between Mr. Obi and Mr. Julius Abure-led leadership, the party is still open to reconciliation. However, he maintained that the Labour Party will not compromise its internal democratic process. Governor Siminalayi Fubara River State has promised to ensure that development gets across all parts of the state. Governor Fubara said this during the commissioning of the 17.5-kilometer Egebeda or Merilu Link Road on Thursday. He said he will remain focused in the face of tribulation. The governor reiterated that he will do everything within his power to ensure peace reigns in Rivers. He also promised to support all groups to ensure the re-election of President Bola Tinubu. Meanwhile, a new wave of political tension appears to be building in Rivers State as Right Honorable Martin Amaewhule, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, has accused Governor Siminalayi Fubara of attempting to reopen the political crisis in the state. The Speaker faulted the governor's claim that he had been unable to meet with lawmakers, describing the statement as untrue. He said a meeting was held shortly after the state's political unrest eased, adding that he and other principal officers of the Assembly were present alongside the governor and the FCT minister. Honorable Amaewhule, who spoke on Thursday during a press conference attended by the state lawmakers, also accused Governor Fubara of unapproved spending and awarding contracts to his cronies, particularly those who masterminded the burning of the Rivers House of Assembly. His response comes a day after Governor Fubara dismissed talk of any rift with federal or state lawmakers during the commissioning of the 28.4-kilometer Ahoda Omoku Road. You're listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM Yenagoa. Still to come, more news. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM Yenagoa. And now for the rest of the bulletin. The Bayelsa State government has yet to issue an official statement following reports that Deputy Governor Senator Lawrence Orujakpo collapsed on Thursday at the government house in Yenagoa. The incident happened suddenly while he was attending to official duties, causing panic among aides and staff, who quickly moved him to the Federal Medical Center Yenagoa. He was later transferred to the intensive care unit for closer observation. The development has heightened concern across the state, with residents anxiously awaiting updates on the deputy governor's condition. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has confirmed the death of Senator Lawrence Orujakpo, Bayelsa State Deputy Governor, on Thursday. Confirming his passing in a statement on Thursday night, the Mr. Tamnimu Turaki-led PDP, through Comrade Inni Ememobong, its National Publicity Secretary, described the news as shocking. In its statement, the party described Senator Orujakpo as a trusted and faithful party member, noting that his death has left the entire PDP membership, particularly the faithful in Bayelsa State, in profound grief. The PDP prayed that God grants his soul eternal rest and extended heartfelt condolences to the government and people of Bayelsa State over this painful and irreparable loss. Similarly, the South-South Governors Forum has mourned the death of Senator Lawrence Orujakpo, Bayelsa State Deputy Governor. Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State and chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, in a statement, said he received the news with shock. He described the loss as painful, noting that Senator Orujakpo collapsed while performing official duties and had apparently defied illness to serve the people of Bayelsa State. Governor Abiodun extended his condolences to Governor Doye Diri, the family, and friends of the deputy governor, praying that God grants them strength to endure this difficult time. A ghastly motor accident involving a Mack truck loaded with sand and a Toyota Camry has claimed no fewer than 4 lives at the Okaka Estate Second Gate in Yenagoa. The crash, which occurred on Thursday afternoon, left many onlookers in shock. Witnesses say the truck reportedly skidded off the road barrier on the right side of the Sani Abacha Expressway and rammed into the Camry on the left lane, with the driver and 2 passengers inside. Mrs. Cecilia Ugochukwu, a roasted plantain seller whose kiosk was also destroyed, told Golden 97.5 FM that she was lucky to be alive as the incident happened suddenly. Another eyewitness who preferred not to be named blamed the accident on reckless driving, suggesting the truck driver may have lost control due to brake failure, resulting in the fatal collision. A resident, Timini Laimi, called on the government to regulate the speed of truck and trailer drivers, insisting the tragedy could have been avoided if the truck had not been on full speed. Our correspondent A.B. Onyiki reports that the bodies of the Camry driver and 3 passengers have been evacuated to an undisclosed hospital by operatives of the Federal Road Safety Corps. The Bayelsa State government has launched a major crackdown on vandals accused of destroying public infrastructure across the state. Engineer Gibson Edwin Monalayefa, the Commissioner for Communications, Science and Technology, took the position during an unscheduled visit to the state ICT village along the Sani Abacha Expressway at Amarata, where he expressed strong displeasure over what he described as the rising activities of scavengers and criminal groups targeting government property. He said the perpetrators have become increasingly bold, operating even in daylight to steal items such as solar panels, air conditioners, cables, and other valuable equipment, which they reportedly sell off as scrap. Engineer Monalaifa revealed that recent investigations led to the arrest of several suspects, including those who knowingly bought stolen government items. The suspects, he said, have already been charged to court. To curb the destruction, the commissioner announced the deployment of armed security operatives to the ICT village and surrounding areas to flush out vandals and other criminal elements. He also warned families and community leaders to caution their youths, noting that the area is now under strict surveillance and has become a no-go zone for anyone attempting to tamper with public infrastructure. Now, on a foreign scene, Japan Weather Authority has issued a tsunami advisory after a 6.7 magnitude earthquake struck off the country's northern Pacific coast. The Weather Authority say the quake caused sea level fluctuations, but there is currently no threat of major damage. More than 6,000 residents have now been evacuated from several coastal areas in Aomori Prefecture in northern Japan. The incident comes just days after a stronger 7.5 magnitude quake hit the same region, injuring at least 50 people. In the world of sports, Eric Schell, the head coach of the Super Eagles, has named his final squad for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Schell trimmed his initial 50-man squad to 28 players. Meanwhile, Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has been named Sportsman of the Year at the 2025 GQ Turkey Man of the Year Awards on Wednesday. He dedicated the award to Galatasaray, his club, and their supporters. More details on these and other sports stories will come your way during GoldenTown Sports at 7:30 this morning. Now, speaking on sports, stakeholders in the sports industry, family members, and friends gathered in Yanagwa on Thursday to celebrate Chief Ogunu Miebi Samuel as he marked his 50th birthday. The event, held at the NUJ Press Center, also saw the formal launch of the Ogunu Miebi Samson Foundation, aimed at promoting grassroots sports development. In his welcome address, Comrade Laye Julius, former chairman of the Trade Union Congress in Bayelsa State, lamented the decline of grassroots sports in the country and urged stakeholders to support Chief Miebi's efforts to revive it. Delivering a keynote presentation titled Grassroots Sports, a Pillar for Socio-Economic Transformation, a Legislative Pathway for a Sustainable Sports Rewards Policy, Professor Diaprie Ere, the Director of Sports at Niger Delta University, praised the Akasa-born sports enthusiast for his commitment and called for greater support to expand his vision. In his vote of thanks, Chief Miebi Ogunu expressed deep appreciation to all who attended, including organizers, sports technocrats, and the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria Bayelsa chapter for their support over the years. Correspondent Brighton Okbo reports that in separate goodwill messages, Chief Miebi's daughter and other sports stakeholders commended his remarkable contributions to grassroots sports development in Bayelsa State. Now, that's the Golden Sunrise National World News from 97.5 Golden FM Yanagwa. But before we go, here is a recap of our major stories. The FCC will today arraign Mr. Chris Ngige, former Labour minister, over 2.2 billion naira fraud. River State House of Assembly Speaker has accused Governor Siminalayi Fubara of lying. Bayelsa State government is still silent on Deputy Governor's health amid public concern. Fatal crash has claimed 4 lives in Yenagoa. On the foreign scene, Japan government has issued tsunami warning after 6.7 magnitude earthquake. For news stories, comments, and observations, please send us an email at goldingoldingfmyenagoa@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok on 97.5 Golding FM Yenagoa. The news was edited by Bright Okbo, and I am Moye Steving. Good morning, and thanks for listening.
Golden FM 97.5.